gentleman from Missouri, Dr. Onder.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for holding this very important hearing. Questions for, first of all, Ms. King, do you believe that biological men should be allowed in locker rooms with biologic women? It's a yes or no question.
With all due respect, I'm here to respond to the policies of Chicago Public Schools and our operations.
And is it the policy of Chicago Public Schools to forbid biological men, boys, to go into locker rooms with biologic girls?
The Chicago Public Schools policy is in alignment with Illinois law.
Yes or no? Can boys and men go into girls' locker rooms in the Chicago Public Schools? Yes or no?
Any student, gender identity
I take that as a yes. Dr. Spence, yes or no? Should biological men be allowed in locker rooms with biologic women or girls?
Transgender women should be allowed in women's spaces.
That's a yes. So biologic men should be able to go into locker rooms and shower rooms with biologic girls.
Federal law requires it, yes.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, Title IX does not. In fact, quite the opposite. Title IX requires you to protect women and girls. Dr. Sue,
May I respond?
Should biologic men or women, you gave me the yes, you answered my question. Dr. Sue, should biologic men be allowed in locker rooms and shower rooms with biologic girls and women?
It is, to the best of my knowledge, we follow state and federal law.
So you allow, do you have the same interpretation of federal law as Dr. Spence, that men should be allowed in shower rooms and locker rooms with biologic girls and women?
In San Francisco, we follow state and federal law.
I take that as a yes as well. Dr. Spence, do you believe that we should, quote, weed out texts whose language is not gender neutral and free of stereotypes?
I get very concerned when we talk about weeding out any text. I think a variety of perspectives are important.
Okay, because back in 2014, that sounds like censorship, right? Weeding out text. But back in 2014, when you were superintendent of Virginia Beach City Public Schools, you tweeted out a picture of the ABCs of Diversity poster. The W encouraged teachers to weed out texts whose language is not gender neutral and free of stereotypes. Do you still believe that?
I think I responded. I think that we should have a variety of texts and a variety of perspectives available to our students to read.
Do you still believe in weeding out, let's say, I don't know, To Kill a Mockingbird, Heart of Darkness, The Odyssey, The Iliad?
Of course not.
Cicero, okay, good. Ms. Sue, the nonprofit Teachers for Social Justice recently rented out a space in San Francisco's McConnell High School to hold ethnic studies. Actually, I take that back. Ms. Sue, I have a different question for you. In Mirabella v. Taylor, the U.S. Supreme Court blocked California policy prohibiting schools from notifying parents about students' gender change without the child's consent. What policy changes has the San Francisco United School District made to respect parents' rights as enunciated in Mirabella v. Taylor? V. Bonta. Mirabella v. Bonta.
Yes. First of all, I'm not a lawyer, but what we are doing, to the best of my knowledge, at San Francisco Unified School District is adjust our practices and ensure that our teachers and educators understand the change in the law and to make sure that we adjust our practices to be in compliance.
So it is your policy now that parents should be notified?
We believe that parents are our students' first teachers. We strive to create really strong lines of communication with families.
Thank you. Likewise, Ms. King, in CPS's gender support plan, it's very clear that gender transition will be hidden from parents. What changes is Chicago Public Schools making to align with parents' rights as enunciated by the Supreme Court in Mirabella v. Bonta?
We value parents as a vital part of our educational community, and we do not hide information from parents. And it is our hope that when a student is transitioning, that the parent, the families, the student, the families, and the school would all be in communication.
Do you notify the parents?
We communicate with parents in compliance with the Illinois state law.
What about with the U.S. Supreme Court and the Constitution of the
Gentleman's
United
time is-
States? Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous consent request.
What's the request?
The request is to submit a document, Chicago Public Schools Gender Support Plan for Transgender and Gender Nonconforming Students, which, at least at the time it was promulgated, would hide the gender status of children from
Without objection, it will be received. Gentleman's time has expired. I now recognize Representative Lee.